It's a tough act to follow the lawyers. So my name is Diana. It's my husband, Elaine. I'm from Kenya. Been in the country for 18 years. Working in the hospitality industry even before. And 5 years ago, I decided to slow down my life. And when I had my kids, I tried to look for a job that was a bit more interesting and slower. Now, about my personal aspects, there's something that I'd like to talk about that's a little bit maybe interesting for you, but I'll mention it because a few people don't know about it. When I was younger in Kenya, growing up in Kenya, we have something that most of you might not know about, she might know. It's called colorism. So people that judge you on the shade of your color, on what spectrum of the brown or dark you are. So since I was the darker spectrum, when I was very young, I realized that I had to be different. I wasn't perceived in the African culture as a pretty girl. So at that point, I decided I had to be better than the rest of the people, so I could actually make it in life. So at about 6-7 years, I realized that I had to focus on my education or other skills that would help me be better than the rest of the average African girl. And when I turned 23, maybe 16, I knew that I was going to leave the country. My first job would be out of the country. So I arrived in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi rather, when I was exactly 23 and a half years old, straight from college. Never worked in a big organization. I'd always had internship jobs with small NGOs. And what happened when I came here was very interesting because the fact that I was black, I was different, was actually a winning aspect for me. Because there was very few black African girls in Abu Dhabi. So that made me special. And so it's actually helped me to achieve better things that I would have if I just stayed in Kenya. So it was a very, how do you say, very aha moment, as I'll probably say, aha moment for me to realize that to be able to achieve your goals is not just what you know from every day, it's something that you have to find in yourself to be better than everybody else. So that helped me a lot to be where I am. And I eventually met my lovely husband when I was 33 and have a 5-year and a 3-year-old kid, and I'm enjoying what I'm doing now at the United Nations. So I'm at the United Nations now as a supply chain officer. I'm working from the downtown DWC airport where we are dispatching food to the problematic areas around here in Dubai. Why in Dubai? As some of you might know, Dubai is very central. Within 8 hours, you can reach 2/3 of the population. So if there's an emergency somewhere in the world, I'm sure in 24 hours we'll be there and already set up to help people. So that's very exciting. It also gives me a purpose when I sleep at night. I feel like I've done something that day to help somebody in the world. There's every night when people go to sleep, 11% of the world go either undernourished or with no food at all. And the organization I work for is the largest humanitarian agency that is helping feed the world. And we are only reaching 10%. And the 11% that is hungry on a daily basis, it's 815 million people. That's 10 times the size of Egypt. And to know that the largest organization is only reaching 10, it's really something that, it's a wake-up call for the rest of us too. Just when you eat at night, when you sit with your kids at night, tell them how people are suffering in the world. Just awake them to what the world is going through. Anyway, I switched to work. Down everybody. Thank you very much. I look forward to joining Toastmasters.
Thanks, Diana.
Okay. So I think the most important human qualities that we should have, I sum them up in 3. One is respect. We should be able to respect each other no matter what each other, the race, like Jan was talking about, and achievements and what part of the country you're from. Because one of the things we do at our agency, a humanitarian agency I work for, we just don't feed people. We give them dignity. We just don't feed people. We give them dignity so that when a child in Syria receives biscuits, like you saw that we have these biscuits that are, they're not sugar biscuits. The energy-filled biscuits that are cooked, baked specifically for our agency. When a child receives that, the mother doesn't have to worry about their children sleeping hungry tomorrow. They don't have to worry about going to beg food on the streets or going to do some crazy stuff that unfortunately a desperate mother would do, like prostitution or whatever. They have the dignity, they have to focus on the children, more important things that will help them in future, like education, instead of worrying about food. So respect is one of the things that as a human being you should have. So it's a very important quality. The second one I have is humanity. I don't know how to summarize that and quantify that as a person, but humanity is basically being conscious of the other person around you, how you can help them, how you can better develop them, how you can, emotional intelligence you're talking about, how you can identify the intelligence, emotional intelligence that puts them in perspective why you don't encroach in their space. Giving people their space, respecting their space, it's a very interesting word and very large word that encompasses a lot of things. So humanity is the second one that I would say.
The second one?
Yes, the second one that I would say. And the third one, not least, is a little bit linked to the other two, is being able to realize the value of the other people. So for example, one of the things why we're hungry currently in the world is not because we don't have food. There's plenty of food. There's a section of the world, North America, sorry.
Of the world.
North America, but the two where you're from, where there's overconsumption. I'm from Africa, where we don't have 6 meals a day. We barely have 2. But in the States, you're like, oh, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, McDonald's, let's pop in and grab a burger.
A burger.
A burger. So overconsumption is a big problem in the world, and that comes with people not respecting the space of the other people, being greedy, being capitalism also is part of the greed and the lack of respect for people's space. There's in North America, there's areas where in the desert where they grow food that is the fodder. It's called fodder for the cattle. Yeah. They grow fodder in the desert to feed animals that are producing the burgers we eat in McDonald's. That concept just doesn't make sense. Bringing all this water from all these parts of the world in a place where they're not supposed to be fresh water, using all that water that is in the future going to be valuable assets.
No, now you're pitching what you're doing, which is fantastic, but we're talking about a human quality. What human quality do we need more of and why?
Consciousness, humanity, respect. It all wraps up in one thing.
It all wraps up.
Yeah, it all wraps up in one thing.
Okay, great. You have another presentation, so just thank you very much. Now,
What and who is an average person?
Okay, so as Elaine defined, average is majority, from 60 to 65%. So who is an average person is a person who has the beliefs, the income bracket, the physical attributes of that particular area where they are. So it's a subjective definition. I disagree with that description because I think average is what the society defines. It's what you define your children and the area you're in that defines what the average person is. A regular Joe in America, like they like to say, is not a regular Joe or a regular Mutindi in Africa, that's an African name, or a regular Sasha in German. It's all subjective. For me, it's the boxes that as a society we are creating to put people in. You said your father, when you said you wanted to be a hostess, he's like, no, think again. Because people have, in their minds, decided that is an average job. But everyone has a unique ability. Every one of us can be, the air hostess could be the future mother of the Duchess, like the current one. What's her name? Kate? Kate's mom was an air hostess. So she was, for society, an average job. A job that we think is a regular job, does it. Now she's the mother of a real person. So there's no average person as such in the world. Each of us is unique, and it's up to us as people, human beings, to bring that uniqueness out and not let the society tie us down to the average definitions of what average is. And as more importantly, as parents, to teach our kids that each contribution is just as, you can reach for the stars, farther beyond that. It's up to us as big responsibility as parents to make sure that we bring that out. So average person, and that's the characteristics of an artist.
Great, thank you.